Hi, this is Shelly and welcome to my side yard. I am out here with the Lensbaby Soft Focus 2 macro kit and some toys, my camera, and my dog. And we are going to demonstrate for you how to use this kit. So this is going to be a pretty much hands-on how to use the Sweet 50 and the Soft Focus 2. And I have a cute little setup here of a Lego classic woodsman, and at any time if you hear the lawn guys in the background or a car going by, that's just, we're just gonna let that go, right? Okay, so that's just being in a city. All right, right now I'm showing you what my camera is seeing with a Sweet 50 with no filters on it, and just so you can kind of see just sort of a baseline of what we're looking at. And now I'm going to put on a +1 and we'll see how that changes our focus. Looks like I can get a little bit closer and my little figure can... I am looking through and I have a Sweet 50 with a +1 macro filter on the front, and I was able to move forward a couple inches to have my figure fill the frame a little bit more. I've got a little bounce card because he's looking down, and with macro photography, lighting is always a bit of a challenge. So now I can get a little bit closer. So now you see how we went from no filter and we were way far back, and we were like, I don't know, 12, 18 inches away from the figure. Now I'm maybe, I don't know, we're closer. Don't ask me. I'm bad at that kind of stuff. All right, now we're gonna change this +1 and we're gonna go and add a +2 and see how that changes what we can get. And I have my sweet spot of focus a little bit off, up and to the right in the corner, which is nice now. He's still in our frame, he's looking good. We can probably get a little bit closer. Yes, we can. And he's filling our frame nicely. Gonna adjust my little tripod here so he looks good, like that. All right, so now you can see what he looks like. And as you see, I'm moving my sweet spot around to find his face and make sure that he's in focus. All right, he looks good, looks good. All right, so now it's a +2. I wonder what's gonna happen when we move to a +4 and get a little bit closer. I'm so clumsy. All right, use my little lens cloth, make sure everything looks good. Keep the dust to a minimum so I have less post work. Oh, everything's blurry now, back. But now we can move even closer. Look at that blur, it's so good. I wonder how close I can get. Let's see how close we can get. With the +4, looks good. So now that background, the blur, because I have this wide open, is just big balls of bokeh in the background, which is nice. And then if you really want to get close, now what I would do is just take the +2 and add that to it. And this is where it starts getting fun, is when you can really, when you start adding and combining. Okay, so I've just added, I have now a Sweet 50 on my composer with a +4 and a +2. So I managed +6 total magnification, and now we're much closer. You can really get up close. And you can see how if we start doing the sort of adding these up and combining the different, you're going to be able to get a lot closer to whatever your subject is. Look at that bounce card. Look at that. Bounce card. No bounce card. This is why you should always have a little something like this around to really bounce that light up into your subject. Look at that. My post-processing is going to be like, woo, so much easier now. Okay, so that's a cute little photo. Look, he's waving at you. Oh, hello. Sorry, toys. They make me silly. Okay, now that's a Sweet 50. Now, I think it's a pretty good sort of overview of what you can do with this lens, and you can move that spot of focus around by using your composer, moving it to different places on your picture frame. But anybody who's played with one of these kind of knows, so just go crazy, move your little sweet spot of focus around to wherever you want it. All right, so now off we're going to go. We're going to change the whole lens. I'm going to take these filters off and set them up for doing this again. And I have learned to always organize my filters. First one is 1, middle is 2, the one at the end is 4. That's so I always know where they're going to be. Now, excuse the video as I change my lenses out, which is pretty easy to do. Just make sure it's completely recessed, and then move to twist to the left, push in a little bit, and they'll just pop right out. Okay, soft focus 2 is in, and we don't have any filters in that, so I'm going to show you what this looks like with no filters and no magnification. All right, here we are. Our little woodsman, he's out on his ride with his little bunny, and you can see everything is in focus across the plane. We got it wide open. That's a great, for me personally, when I'm doing macro photography, I want to separate my subject from the background, and so I will almost always be wide open, which is somewhere between 2.5 and 2.8 and f4. And that's my happy spot. But with this particular lens, depending upon how wide open you have it, is going to be how much glow. So if you don't want any glow, just take it all the way down to like f22. But if you want lots of glow, lots of definition, just weirdness, you know, Lensbaby magic, just bring it wide open. But the focus will always be there. So don't worry about your figure not being in focus, because it is. Now this particular lens really, really wants me to have a macro filter on. So we're going to start with 1, so you can see what that looks like. Oh, let's put what's fun about this lens is not so much the glow for me. It is these discs, these aperture discs. So there's 4 different aperture discs. There's the small, medium, and large hole, and then the star one. And so we'll put this the large one in. We'll just see what that looks like, so you can see what this, and so it's going to be different variations on the same theme, and then the star. We'll just show you what those look like. And that's strictly held in by magnets. So there's 3 magnets on the edge, and that holds your filter, your aperture disc in place, and that's going to make crazy fun bokeh in the background. Now that that's in, I can put my macro filter starting with +1. And now that allows me to focus on his little face. I like my little minifigs to have nice, sharp little faces. All right, looks good, looks good. All right, and how close can I get with this now? That bounce card looking good. So you can really feel the frame and get close with him. Now, if I really want to go close, why don't I do a +1 and add the +4 for a total of +6 magnification and see what does that do? How close can I get? Looks like maybe 4 inches. He's really feeling the frame. There we go. And then you get all that beautiful bokeh in the background with that nice sort of diffuse, flowery feel to it. Looks really nice. but what happens if I take those filters off and change it to maybe the star filter? What is it going to happen in the background? Well, let's try it. All right, it's going to look awkward, but here we go. I'm going to take those guys off. Use our handy dandy tool. Now we're going to put in the stars and see what happens to our background. All right. Now, whoa, look at that. That's crazy. Where's our guy? Where is he? There he is. I need a leaf. Now that would be so cool to have a little aperture disc that was a leaf. Craig, maybe think about that? Okay, doesn't that look so cool? Man, I just love what this lens does for the toys. I mean, it's like literally we have left here, this, just remember, we're in my side yard. It looks like that, not very interesting. But now we open it all the way up to 2.8, what is 2.5, whatever it is. And look, we got a magical little world. I love that. And then little bounce action, get that light back up on him. He looks great. Now how close can we go? Let's see how close we can go. Look at that, so cute. And what's nice about this is we've got both the bunny and our forest woodsman. We can get them both in focus. Look at that. Ooh, bounce card action. And look at that fun book in the background. This is crazy. So imagine that with something more interesting than a toy. You can do some fun stuff with that with your, whatever your subject matter is. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the fun effects that you can do with your soft focus 2 and the Sweet 50 and your macro filters and your aperture discs. I mean, it's like fun in a box. It looked good, I was happy with it, and I hope that gives you an idea of how much fun you can have playing with toys and some Lensbaby lenses and their product, and you will create your own toy photography magic. All right, take care. Thanks for watching.